How's it going there, folks? Welcome to what is sure to be another wild and fun abridged at-home table read. Tonight, we are tackling all three of the Wolverine trilogy. So we're getting Origins Wolverine, The Wolverine, and Logan. These are some really fun movies. They get better as they go, which is always nice for a trilogy. But let's jump right in to introducing ourselves.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm Action Description.
I'm Logan. I'm going to be Hugh Jackman.
I'm George, and I'll be Liev Schreiber.
Hi, I'm Anne. I'm losing my voice, but I will be Danny Huston.
I'm Chelsea, and I will be Raida Fukushima.
I'm Erik. I'll be Hiroyuki Sanada.
Curtis will be Patrick Stewart.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'll be Stephen Merchant.
And I'm Travis, and I'm playing Taylor Kish.
Okay. Anyway, Kevin, take us away.
Sure. The Wolverine Trilogy. X-Men Origins. Wolverine by Rod. The Wolverine by Craig. Logan by John K. and Lack Lenar. Fade in. Interior, a house. Canada. 1845. Young Hugh Jackman, who kind of resembles the kid from Freaks and Geeks, is sick in bed. His brother, young Liev, Schreiber, glowers over him while his father, Peter O'Brien, looks on.
Father, I had a terrible nightmare. I was hosting the Oscars, and I was part of this incredibly embarrassing musical number, and... you've already... There. Come on, Dad.
It's all right, son. You're safe now. Back in Canada. 1845.
Wait, what? Canada wasn't even a country until 1867. Has Hollywood managed to not discover Wikipedia yet?
Suddenly, there's a ruckus downstairs.
Sounds like your brother's biological father is downstairs. I'll be back in a minute, bearing some tragic death that you'd expect to shape the very hairy man you will become, but won't.
He goes downstairs and is shot. Young Hugh, who suddenly doesn't seem to be bedridden with illness, runs downstairs. Seeing Peter dead, his knuckles get an erection and he stabs young Liev Schreiber's father, Aaron Jeffrey.
He wasn't your father. I was. You'll have awesome mutton chops.
Dies.
I'm so confused. Who the hell is related to whom, then?
The only thing I know for certain is that Mom's a slut.
Well, the women in the audience didn't come to see a pale kid in a robe. We should go ahead and skip to the shirtless adulthood.
Yeah, let's go fight for our country in war.
We're Canadian, buddy.
Let's go fight for the United States in war for some reason.
Hugh and Liev grow up and fight in the American Civil War, World War II, and the Vietnam War. No Captain America. Eventually, Liev tries to rape someone, but his squad tries to stop him at a gunpoint. Despite the fact that he knows bullets can't hurt Liev, Hugh Jackman stops them and needlessly shows them his claws as well to move the story along. They get a visit from Danny Huston.
Heard you guys have some powers.
Yeah, I can heal myself and grow huge bone claws.
And I can heal myself and grow my fingernails out an inch or so.
Growing fingernails? Wasn't that Meg Griffin's power in episode of what, Family Guy?
I also can grow slightly less stupid-looking facial hair than Hugh.
Well, I'd like you both to join my mutant team. It's mostly made up of actors who were written off of Lost.
I'll join your team without any apparent surprise at the existence of other mutants.
Hugh and Liev join Danny's team. Kevin Durand, Dominic Monaghan, Daniel Henny, Will.i.am, and Ryan Reynolds.
Daniel, I have really good aim with guns that already have scopes on them.
I have a combination of Nightcrawler's powers and power to make any credit sequence look stupid using only my name.
I have the power to control electrical objects. When the plot requires it, I can also control mechanical objects. Hold on while I land this plane.
I have indestructible skin, and eventually I turn to a huge fat guy named the Blob after I go on my all Arby's diet. Despite my skin power, I got a tattoo that has no relevance to the plot and only serves to make it more difficult to understand what my power is.
I'm good with swords. I also have the power to take completely unfunny lines and deliver them so sarcastically that the audience thinks they're jokes.
You look familiar. Aren't you Blade's buddy? Shouldn't there be a rule against an actor playing two different characters from the Marvel Universe? Unless you're Rebecca Romaine and you're nude and painted blue for one of them, obviously.
So let's see. Leftover Marvel Comics characters we got for this movie are a guy with extremely good aim, someone who uses various sharp metal objects, and a ridiculously fat guy. Did I walk onto the set for Daredevil?
They all break into a building to steal some meteorite, while Liev Schreiber is wirelifted into the roof of the building to apparently do absolutely nothing. They kill 20 or so people, but when they kill the 21st person, Hugh protests.
That's enough. I didn't sign up for this.
What exactly did you think you were signing up for?
I'm not sure. You guys are so boring that it'll make me miss Halle, but it's making me miss Halle Berry, and that's downright criminal. I'm out of here.
Hugh leaves to go be a lumberjack in Canada. Okay? Exterior, Canada, 6 years later. Hugh leaves his house at the top of a mountain and starts his 4-hour commute to work. After his girlfriend, Lynn Collins, cuts his dick off and feeds it to him in front of his workmates, he gets a visit from Danny Huston.
Someone is going around killing old team members. Dominic Monaghan is dead.
How entirely unlike Watchmen.
An autopsy revealed he was extremely disinterested when he was killed, which makes me think it must have been Liev Schreiber.
Somehow it doesn't even occur to me that my girlfriend may be in danger. Go away.
Liev kills Lynn Collins, sending Hugh into a hairy rage. He tracks down Liev and they fight.
Person who fights with the poorest wirework wins.
Liev beats Hugh by dropping a bunch of logs that don't obey the laws of physics on him.
All right, people. I've had enough of this mysterious background nonsense. Let's get you to some metal claws so we can have another fight scene.
Then why ever bother making a prequel? Didn't we learn enough about how I got the metal claws in the second X-Men movie?
It wasn't quite covered in the unnecessary, excruciating detail. That's really the point of this movie. If you couldn't tell by the excruciatingly detailed title, which hopefully lets audience members know that this just isn't a movie about just anyone named Wolverine, but specifically the one from X-Men.
This is better than the draft title. X-Men Origins Wolverine, the guy with the claws in it that's in the other 3 X-Men movies, but this one happens before those.
Hugh has his skeleton coated in metal, which also coincidentally shapes his round bone claws into nice, sharp blades.
Ah, it worked. All right. Now that he can't be defeated and there's no way whatsoever for us to control him, let's kill him.
This fails. Hugh jumps out of his water tank and escapes after apparently taking the time to completely dry himself and his hair. He hides out on Jonathan and Martha Kent's farm. Exterior, some farm. Still in Canada, I guess. Jonathan Kent finds Hugh in his barn, naked.
Rather than call the police, I'm gonna invite you into my house. That's where I roll in Canada, eh?
Hey. Hugh goes to the bathroom and stares at his claws a bit.
Can't believe this.
What? You survived having your skeleton coated in indestructible metal? How do I know that?
Know that my computer-generated claws look even less real in this movie than they did in a movie that came out 9 fucking years ago.
No kidding. This hardly looks like any better than the leaked work print. So I've heard. Please don't fire me, Fox.
Jonathan is shot by Daniel Henny.
No! I can't believe the ultra-powerful government agency that tracked me to this remote Canadian Rockies was able to track me to this farm.
Oh, I want you to take this leather jacket and motorcycle that used to belong to my son. But what's that asshole ever done for me besides not attract a mutant assassin to my home to murder me and my wife? Ugh.
Dies.
At long last, the secret behind some leather jacket is finally revealed. Now that's what I call an origin story.
Hugh launches himself at Daniel's helicopter, Die Hard style, and cuts through the helicopter like warm butter. The helicopter crashes.
Can't kill me, Hugh. You hate me, so you wouldn't be able to kneel next to my dead body and scream into the sky as the camera zooms out above you.
That's true, but I could ignite your helicopter fuel and walk away in slow motion as it explodes behind me.
Damn, an even more overused cliche. Touche, Hugh.
Hugh does this, then apparently rides his motorcycle 1,200 miles to Las Vegas in a day. Interior, gymnasium, Las Vegas. Hugh finds will.i.am and Kevin Durand wearing the fat bastard makeup.
Holy crap, Kevin, what the hell have you done for the last 6 years?
Well, I started my own spin-off, Bloody Professor 2, The Blobs.
Are you looking for Liev? Because he and Danny work together on some island, rounding up mutants to build some kind of super mutant. That's why he wanted to experiment on you, to get super healing DNA.
Why did he bother actually giving me the adamantium then?
Dude, just give up on trying to get this movie to make sense and go have another CGI fight scene.
If you want to find Ireland, you need to visit this guy to escape named Taylor Kitsch. They call him Gambit since that's the only X-Men character anyone gives a shit about who hasn't been in a movie yet.
What better way could you treat a well-loved X-Men character than a pointless, awkward cameo?
Hugh hops on his motorcycle and rides 1,700 miles to New Orleans. Interior, bar, New Orleans. Hugh finds Taylor Kitsch playing poker and making cards float around in the air because other poker players just love it when their opponents display superhuman abilities with cards.
Are you Gambit? Sorry, can't get rid of my throat. Gambit?
Depends. Am I going to have to star in my own X-Men Origins movie if I am?
I doubt it. Your performance will probably kill any chance of that happening.
Then yes, how can I help you awkwardly force the plot forward?
I need you to get me back to the island where Liev Schreiber is hiding. I want to kill him.
I like Liev Schreiber, but okay.
Bye. Suddenly, Liev shows up and fights Hugh. Taylor, oblivious to the fact that Hugh is about to kill his nemesis, does nothing but get in Hugh's way. Hugh knocks Taylor out, which apparently teleports him to the top of a nearby roof, so he jumps down and stops Hugh again. Liev gets away.
Seriously? One of the coolest X-Men of all time, and your role in this movie is just to get the titular hero's way like a bumbling sidekick?
How about I make it up to you by flying you 1,150 miles to Liev's hideout on 3 Mile Island on my prop plane?
My magic motorcycle could probably get me there in under 6 minutes, but fine.
They fly to 3 Mile Island, where Liev and Danny have imprisoned all of the X-Men characters that haven't been in a movie yet. Interior, power plant, 3 Mile Island. Hugh frees a bunch of kids, including a young James Marsden.
Thanks for freeing me, faceless stranger. I wish I could see you, but I have to wear a blindfold since I don't have the optic blast blocking sunglasses that I'm sort of wearing that I somehow managed to find or make or something.
Great. Well, make sure you don't listen to any of your new friends when they tell you about the super hairy guy with metal claws that freed you. Otherwise, the first X-Men movie won't even make as much sense as this piece of shit.
Hugh Jackman finds Danny Huston's building a new super mutant, Silent Ryan Reynolds.
Hello, Hugh. As you can see, I've sealed Ryan Reynolds' mouth shut.
You took a character named the Merc with a mouth and sealed his mouth shut? That's like making a Spider-Man movie where he can't shoot web, or a Fantastic Four movie that doesn't suck.
Hey, just hold on a second while I type decapitate into the application that controls Ryan. I just type everything because we spent all our money on adamantium and couldn't afford Visual Basic license.
Decapitate, permission denied.
Just realized I said decapitate.
What?
Oh, Travis.
What happened?
You still have your next line, though, Anne.
Wait, no, there's Ryan Reynolds.
I said
Super Decapitante!
Houston is not in the Pseudoverse file. This incident will be reported.
Ah, fuck me. SU root and decapitate!
Ryan pushes adamantium katanas out of his arms to fight Hugh while saying nothing, his lips sealed shut in a way that somehow prevents his new healing ability from repairing them.
Fucking Deadpool has fucking retractable katanas? How does that even work? They're twice as long as his arms.
Ryan kicks Hugh's ass, so Liev rescues him.
Nobody kills you but me, brother.
Is that line really all we're going to do to justify the two of us working together? Kind of disturbing to think a screenwriter actually writing that line and then moving on.
Hugh and Liev fight Ryan. Ryan unleashes optic blasts against Liev, because apparently he has those too, and he has better control over them than the mutant whose DNA he used.
Somehow your optic blasts don't even burn my clothing.
Good thing the audience doesn't know we both survived because of the first X-Men movie. Otherwise, this scene would be utterly lacking in any suspense.
While Ryan is distracted, Hugh slices his head off and pushes him into a cooling tower. The silent villain that wields double blades falls down a large open shaft, his body splitting as it falls.
Awesome. We've managed to rip off the worst Star Wars movie now. Like, are we done yet, or is there any other cool X-Men characters this movie wants to ruin?
Danny shows up with a gun loaded with adamantium bullets.
Adamantium bullets? Maybe you should try an adamantium stake through the heart of, or adamantium garlic while you're at it.
My understanding is also that you can't see your own reflection in an adamantium mirror.
Danny shoots Hugh in the head.
Oh no, I can't remember anything!
Yeah, because shooting you in the head destroyed your memories?
No, because this is the most unmemorable comic book movie since Catwoman. Where am I? Who am I? What year is it?
Well, it's 1979. Not that the costuming or set decoration give you any indication that that's the case, but here has some 2009 era currency.
The camera zooms into the sky, providing a bird's eye view of an island that goes out of its way not to actually look like 3 Mile Island. X-Men Origins. That guy that can make light bulbs turn on with his mind is rushed into production. End. Fade in. Exterior, Nagasaki, 1945. Hugh Jackman has wound up in a Japanese POW camp somehow.
Nagasaki, huh? Why not? It's been ages since the last time we tastelessly appropriated the most tragic events of World War II.
The bomb is dropped, and he saves young Hal Yamanouchi from the blast. You have my eternal gratitude. But hey, where's Sabretooth? According to the timeline from the last Wolverine movie.
What last Wolverine movie? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Interior bedroom. Heaven? Then Hugh wakes up from what turns out to have been a dream into what is clearly another dream, judging from the fact that guilt ghost Famke Janssen is here.
Vaguely sinister ghost lovers and dreams within dreams. Inception ripoff aside, what's with the half-hearted attempt at artsy fartsiness?
Well, this was going to be an Aronofsky movie, but then he got replaced with the guy whose last collaboration with me was Kate and Leopold. Ugh. Anyways, you can see my shtick in this movie is that I'm haunted by nightmares of my tragic past.
So business as usual then.
Yeah.
Exterior, woods, vague future time. Hugh wakes up for real in his hermit shack with a big sadness beard, making the audience suddenly realize that his previous angry drifter days included daily hairstyling and beard care.
Woe is me. Famke's death broke me. The second one, that is. The one where I killed her. Now I've retreated from the world and sworn to do no harm to anybody ever again. I just hope I don't witness any act of injustice so outrageous that I can't help breaking my vow.
A hunter kills a bear, but like in a jerk way.
Oh, is this what we're going with? Jeez, it wasn't even a very convincing bear. Oh, well.
He goes to kill the hunter in a bar, but is stopped by Rala Fukushima and her bizarre triangular head.
I wouldn't kill him if I were you, and I certainly wouldn't kill the other people in the bar who are only defending their friend from a psychotic hobo.
Good point. Who are you?
I'm a mutant like you. I have the power to occasionally, but not always, get a vague, sometimes misleading vision of the circumstances of somebody's death.
What a useless superpower. How many times do you use it with proven accuracy in this movie?
That's besides the point. I'm here on behalf of Hal Yamanouchi. He wants you to come to Tokyo so he can thank you before he dies.
Yes, I remember Nagasaki, obviously. I mean, it's not like my memory from the first 150 years of my life was totally erased or anything. Why, if that had happened, I imagine such a thing would be a fundamental part of my character and therefore a ridiculous thing to just completely ignore.
Exterior, Tokyo. Ryla takes Hugh to Hal's mansion in Tokyo, leading him past the parade of intriguing character glimpses.
Oh, who's that?
That's Hal's son, Hiroyuki Sanada, an unethical executive embroiled with the Yakuza. And a master swordsman, of course, as all middle-aged Japanese businessmen are.
Oh, who's that?
That's Hal's granddaughter, Tao Okamoto. Hal has been telling her about your kindness and bravery her whole life, so I'm not entirely sure why she's acting like you're a piece of soiled toilet paper she found stuck to her shoe.
Oh, who's that?
That's Hal's oncologist, Svetlana Khodchenkova. And could you stop that, please?
She takes him in to see Hal, who's lying on a giant piece of pin art. Hugh, I've asked you here to reward you. Your reward is give me your healing power.
You seem a little misinformed as to how rewards work.
No. Think about it. You hate your life. Don't want to be the Wolverine anymore and look forward to death. By making you mortal, I'm pretty much granting you your deepest desires.
Huh.
Go with it.
That's true. At this point of my character arc, should be an irresistible offer. So, what's a compelling reason for me to say no? Reasons are for pussy. Shove your release from eternal suffering up your ass.
Interior, bedroom. That night, Hugh is awoken from his usual nightmare to find that Svetlana is making out with him with her freaky snake tongue.
Another mutant. Please tell me your powers aren't as lame as Rila's.
Well, I'm really good at biochemistry, and I have spit that causes skin conditions.
Really scraping the bottom of the barrel by now, I see.
The next morning, it turns out Hal is dead.
Oh my, I guess he's seriously actually dead, and this whole thirst for immortality was established for no reason and didn't foreshadow anything at all. Is anybody buying this? No?
Exterior, funeral. Hugh was attending Hal's funeral.
Oh, who's that?
That's Tao's fiance, Chief of Justice Brian T. And I told you to stop it.
Suddenly, some monks turn out to be Yakuza and try to kill Tao. Hugh intervenes, but is shot and doesn't heal. Oh.
My healing factor's been turned off somehow. I'm reacting to injuries like a normal person.
Ah, you're fending off assassins with deadly martial arts right after getting blasted point blank with a shotgun. I think your idea of normal might be skewed a little.
Hugh rushes Tao to safety while Master Archer Will Yun Lee and his ninja cronies cover them from the rooftops.
We can't let Tao come to harm. It is our clan's duty to serve the Yamanouchi family. And Jesus, I can't do this. Hal's family is protected by a fucking ninja clan? It's like making a movie about an English industrialist and having his household be guarded by medieval knights, for fuck's sakes.
Eventually, Hugh gets Tao safely aboard a bullet train.
Look, could you leave me alone? It's just a Yakuza assassination attempt. I don't need some unstoppable badass warrior keeping me from getting murdered. You know what? Listening to myself just now, I realize I might not have thought this all the way through. You can stick around, I guess.
Hugh excuses himself to use the bathroom, but on his way, he bumps into some more Yakuza hitmen. Yakuza, Travis. He smashes open the train's papier mache wall, and they all fall out.
Paper
But
mache.
Oh, shit. I just pulled a Travis. Sorry. Open the train's paper mache wall, and they all fall out, but awkwardly manage to wind up on the roof.
Okay, remember, if we want to beat Mission Impossible's record for most impossible train rooftop sequence, we need to outdo it in both disregard for the laws of physics and unconvincing special effects. We're up against CGI from 1996 here, so we've got our work cut out for us.
The effects of gravity and inertia fluctuate wildly while Hugh and the hitmen skitter and bounce along the roof like paper cups.
All right, we did it. Good work, guys.
Murders them all. Hugh gets back on the train and ushers Tao out at the next stop.
Train's not safe. Some of the Yakuza who were at the funeral were just here, armed to the teeth.
What makes you so sure they were after me?
Can't think of a dumber question you could have possibly asked just now. Let's go.
They go check into a Japanese sex hotel, where Hugh suddenly remembers that gunshot wounds are bad and passes out. When he comes to, he's being patched up by a veterinary student.
All right. I took the bullets out and gave you some stitches. That's an adequate cure for getting shot multiple times and losing most of your blood. I fixed your hands up, too.
My hands?
You know, the spaces between your knuckles, your foot-long claws have burst out of there like 50 times since you lost your healing powers. Surely they'd have been shredded to pulp by now.
No, they were protected by the power of hoping nobody would pick up on that.
Hugh and Tao go head out at a Yamanouchi family home, which is untraceable because the movie says so.
So what's our next move? Do we investigate how Svetlana was able to suppress your healing factor? Do we figure out who wants me dead and why? Maybe we just contact my chief of justice fiance, or that ninja clan sworn to protect me, or that...
Whoa, stop. I'm not exactly the kind of hero who thinks more than 2 minutes ahead. I figure if we just hang here for a bit, the plot will start happening again of its own accord.
Okay, in the meantime, I might as well jump your bones.
Well, if you're going to share a bed with me, you should be aware that I have chronic nightmares that tend to make me wake up kind of stabby.
Hey, if the fact that you're so old that I first knew you were from my grandfather's World War II antidotes, that doesn't put me off. Clearly nothing will.
You mean the anecdotes?
Anecdotes, yes. See what happened?
It's okay, I said prepare. They tastefully fuck. In the morning, Hugh wakes up to find that Tao is being abducted by Yakuza. He manages to incapacitate one of them, but the others get away with Tao.
Hi, Hugh. Bad time? I just came to warn you that I had a vision of your death.
You, Tao's closest friend and adopted sister, came directly to Tao's secret hiding place just for that? You could have led the bad guys right here. But then they already kidnapped her anyway, or I'd be pissed.
But it's important you learn how you die.
Come on, you know it's going to be a lame 10-second clinically dead thing. It always is.
I don't see how it could be with this death. You're holding your own heart in your hand. It's not beating. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show that in a PG-13 movie. Man, they're going to have to do some serious copping out to get out of this one.
Hugh goes and threatens the Yakuza henchman.
Who are you working for?
Right?
Hugh goes and threatens Brian.
Who are you working for?
Hiroyuki! Boy, it was really worthwhile having me in the movie, wasn't it?
Interior Yamanouchi Inc. Tao has been brought to Hiroyuki.
So, you may have already figured out that I want you dead because Hal's will grants the company to you and not me.
Then why didn't you have to have the Yazuka just shoot me inside
The
instead
Yazuka?
Yeah.
Yakuza, learn words.
I'm sorry. As I was saying, just shoot me instead of abducting me. Did you think less suspicion would fall on you if I died right outside your office when you had no alibi? Idiot.
But before Hiroyuki can kill Tao, Svetlana and Will show up and take her. Then Hugh and Ryla arrive.
Hey, one of Svetlana's creepy little bug robots is missing from her lab. Bet you anything it's in me.
Use his future MRI.
There it is, hugging my heart. How the hell did that thing get in there? Are we meant to take it that Svetlana kissed it into me? Screw this, I'm getting rid of it via the method that Ryla's vision pretty much guaranteed will kill me.
Hugh carves his own chest open and starts rummaging around, but then Hiroyuki shows up dressed like a samurai and Ryla has to fight him.
What are you doing right now, trying to chop up Hugh and me? How does this help you get your father's company?
Oh, that plot line's over. Now I'm just being Mr. Crazy Pants for the sake of an action movie. Raw die!
While the fight goes on around him, Hugh pulls the bug out of his chest. Afterwards, his heart stops beating with his hand nowhere near it.
Told you. Wasn't even really any blood.
Dies. Comes back to life. Hugh gets up and starts fighting Hiroyuki.
This fight's going to be real intense now that I've become completely indestructible again.
Hugh easily defeats Hiroyuki. Then he finds a note from Svetlana.
Hugh, come get Tao at the following address. What do they say about traps? Walk right into them without taking any precautions whatsoever? Yeah, sounds about right.
Exterior, secret lab. Hugh shows up at the trap. It's not a trap, it's a face-off, where he is ambushed by Will and the ninjas.
Whoops. Hugh's got his healing powers back. I already shoot him with rope powers so we can capture him.
Say, if we expected him to be mortal, how come we prepared a means of capturing him which would kill him 100 times over?
The ninjas all fire their rope arrows into Hugh.
No rope. If only I had access to some kind of cutting implements.
They take Hugh into Svetlana, who straps him to a chair.
You see, Hugh, I suppressed your healing to make you vulnerable enough to capture you and steal your healing powers.
You probably should have captured me right after you put the bug in my chest. You know, when I was asleep and defenseless and you were right there. Tied me up and shipped me here. Boom, easy.
True, I didn't even really need to depower you as we're proving right now, but hey, hindsight is 20/20.
But then Tao frees Hugh. Hugh gets into a fight with an adamantium samurai who looks like he escaped from a PS2 boss fight. The samurai uses a superheated adamantium sword to chop Hugh's claws off.
Oh, fuck off. When is this franchise going to stop pulling new rules about adamantium out of its ass?
Meanwhile, Will comes to his senses and shoots Svetlana with an arrow, and she falls several stories onto a metal floor. But then she just pulls the arrow out of her chest, and let's hope that's meant to be a power of hers and not just dumb.
That injury made my skin turn all scaly for whatever reason. I'll just ignore the climactic battle going on and spend the next minute or so slowly peeling my skin off.
She does so. Then Ryla shows up.
Well, this ought to be a good fight. After all, they've well established you as a master sword fighter and martial artist and me as a biochemist, huh? Okay, how about I just hold my own in a fight against you and we'll act like it makes any sense at all.
Right. Ryla fights and kills Svetlana, and the samurai kills Will, then grabs Hugh by the claws stumps, and starts sucking his healing factor right out of his bone marrow. Hi, Hugh. It's me after all. I could keep my character at least somewhat consistent by expressing regret that it should have come to this. But I think it'd be far less interesting if I just turned into a cackling cartoon supervillain. Hal starts turning young again, while Hugh turns old. Or possibly really just gets jaundice?
Okay, so my healing factor or healing powers make burns, slashes, and bullet wounds completely vanish, but I guess it just stores the ravages of time up for later use. This is veering away from mutant superpower and towards gypsy curse.
But then Tao stabs Hal in the brain, and Hugh manages to get his claws stomped free, and he and Hal revert to normal. Hugh grows back his bone claws, tears Hal's adamantium armor apart with his bare hands, then heroically stabs a dying old man in the chest and throws him off a cliff.
All right, now that I've made up for killing Famke and saving Tao, I can finally be at peace.
In case you hadn't noticed, I was the one who saved you. You didn't even rescue me from my crazy father. It was the bad guys who did that.
No. Well, I'm going to go ahead and have catharsis anyway.
So now that's over, are you going to stay in Tokyo with me? I know earlier I said I was honor bound to go through with my arranged marriage to Brian, but I think the audience has forgotten that he's still alive, so fuck him.
I'd love to stick around living a life of luxury with my hot, super rich girlfriend. But now that I've been snapped out of my hobo funk, I need to go back to what the Wolverine does best.
Drift aimlessly and occasionally get into bouts of random violence.
I told you I wasn't the kind of hero who thought things out.
End.
Hold it. Hugh. The dark times brewing in the other spin-off series. Patrick and me, two of the most powerful mutants in the world, could really use the help of a meathead thug with meat knife hands.
What do you say? You want to come back in time with us to fuck up this franchise's continuity once and for all?
If there's any chance we'll make The Last Stand non-canon, I'm in.
End. Fade in. Exterior Turnpike. Year 2029. A sentient mound of leather soaked in fireball whiskey reveals itself to be the... Holy shit, is that Hugh Jackman?
Ugh.
Wow. Dude got craggy. I mean, I'd still hit it, but shit.
Fuck.
He rolls out of his limousine onto the dirt and notices some fine, upstanding young men trying to jack his hubcaps.
Fuck.
Hugh fights through some Richter scale 9.0 whiskey shakes to get to his feet.
Hey, you hold up, my chrome stealing homies. Looks like we got ourselves a homeless guy needing a holy shit. Hugh Jackman? You need some moisturizer, bro. Talk about my boy Gerardo. He can hook you right up.
Tries to do it claws. Has some trouble getting them up. Oof.
You belled Oklahoma at us?
Fuck.
Oh, wait a second. That's more of the allocated amount of Fox. Oh, shit. This is R-rated. Everybody, get the hell out of...
Turning everyone into minced pork with onions and a sprig of thyme. To the tune of Oklahoma.
Fuck, 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 fucky, fuck, 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 fuck. Yeah.
Hugh manages to drive his drunken, blood-stained ass to the hospital to pick up some suspicious drugs. The villainous Boyd Horberg hops into his limo when he's not looking.
My, the great Hugh Jackman getting stuck up upon. You should try scowling a little less. Might help you see better. And here I find you driving for Uber? Land's sake, how tough times must be.
Fuck.
Oh, don't mind me, Hugh. I'm just a fan. I even liked Pan. Okay, it was a tonal catastrophe, but anyway, I'm getting distracted. I need you to help me find someone. I'll pay you. How's a golden fiddle sound?
Fuck off.
Okay, think it over, Jean Valjean.
John Valjean and Tom.
Oh, Jean Valjean. Oh, yes, he's great. And tonic and seriously moisturize healing factors. Don't do shit for crow's feet.
He said he's great. Exterior, abandoned refinery. Hugh drives his way deep into the Mexican desert to his home base. Uncle Foster's, albino Stephen Merchant waits for him.
Oh, good, you're back. The old man's in a rough way, Hugh. He just signed up to play a poop emoji.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
I agree. Times have certainly been tough since Trump's fourth term in office. Most of the original X-Men are gone. We survivors grow older and more tired, waiting for all of it to end. The public has mostly forgotten us, our glory days long past. And all this stuff is happening in the movie too, but I'm worried about you. Your mutant powers are slowing down. not good.
Huck?
Yeah, I know. That brings us to 2 years solo movies where your powers don't work. It's for real this time. Just a few more 100,000 deep trauma wounds and you'll die. Be careful, you. Now go give Sir Patrick his crazy pills before he psychologically transmits his dick into our brains.
Hugh goes to his palliative care garage to find Patrick Stewart rolling around in his wheelchair like a malfunctioning Dalek.
Romulan cruiser, approaching fast. Engage, engage. Now is the winter of our discontent. The spice must flow. Tuned in to American Dad, Thursday at 7, only on Fox.
Hugh injects him with city juice. Patrick calms.
Oh shit. It's a dropout. How's complete failure treating you? Jesus, Hugh, didn't you go through like 6 films where you had to learn how not to be an alcoholic fuck up?
Tired of running away from what I am. You old fuck.
Get fuck your way out of this conversation, Hugh. What about all your friends? Don't you care anymore?
Damn it, Pat Stu, they got recast. My old girlfriend's being played by the most boring Stark. There's nothing left for me.
Fine, huge jack-off. Be cynical and lonely. Break your old man's heart. Also, holy shit, these pills don't last very. Shaka when the walls fell. Ian and Patrick get bear with a box of wine.
Hugh goes driving to pick up a client, Elizabeth Rodriguez.
From Genesis.
Please, Mr. Jackman, I rescued this mysterious young girl from the lab she was raised in. I need to transport her through this dystopic hellscape to the safe zone. You must help me.
Sounds familiar.
I'm hiding The Last of Us and The Road and Stranger Things. I don't know what you're talking about, though. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, sorry. This all sounds like it could crack my tough exterior and expose my humanity, and I keep that cocooned in booze for a reason.
About 12 seconds later, Elizabeth gets killed by Boyd and his discount cyborgs.
Fuck. All right, tiny girl, you're with me. Watch out for all the broken whiskey bottles in the back seat.
Angry raccoon noises.
We'll get along great, I see.
Exterior, abandoned refinery. Hugh shows his new foundling to his roommates.
Oh God, Hugh, don't you see? Daphne's a mutant, the first mutant born in 20 years. She could save our race.
The race that could blow up schools if our glasses fall off. I mean, the whole civil rights theme in these movies is admirable, but it doesn't exactly hold up when half of us can knock down buildings by 14.
Somebody's got to carry this franchise, okay? What's your power anyway? Nagging?
I'm the mutant no one remembers from X-Men Apocalypse.
Y'all are gonna have to be more specific.
Fuck! They found us. I hope you got some kick-ass powers, Daphne, because there's more hangover in my brain than brain right now.
Raccoon noises of approval. Daphne does, in fact, have all of Wolverine's powers, plus toe claws, for some reason. Together, they turn most of the cyborg ravers into extra chunky firehouse chili.
Well done, murder waif. Now quickly, escape into that Fury Road ripoff over there.
A ragtag gang of wounded warriors escape a militia of war vehicles led by deformed crazies. They escape, but Steven is captured.
All right, Steven. I'm gonna need you to help us track down your friends, or else I'll make with the torture.
I'll never help you capture that drunk asshole, his senile dad figure, and that girl I just met.
Boyd exposes him to sunlight.
Fine, I'll do it.
Holy shit, you crisped up fast. Is that part of your mutation?
No, It's called being English.
Oh, yeah.
Interior Oklahoma City Casino. Hugh and the gang catch some R&R in a hotel and above a casino.
Yay, I'm blowing my family's inheritance on slots. Retirement is awesome.
Look at this little nerd. She reads X-Men comics. Dork. No, seriously, actual X-Men comics, because Deadpool is both R-rated and meta, and so far we only have the R-rated part.
Let her have a childish pleasure, Hugh. I'll just lie here to watch a much better movie on TCM.
The audience watches like 5 minutes of Shane, handily spoiling this movie's ending in the process.
Well, I'm off to get blasted. You two have fun.
Hugh leaves for a hot second and returns to find the Revers have found Patrick and Dafne.
Fuck, am I the competent one in this troop? That's a scary thought, let me tell you.
Fear not, Hugh. I'll use my incredible brain magic to save the day. Observe.
Patrick uses his super Alzheimer's to freeze all the bad guys, and also everyone in the casino, and everyone outside the casino, and everyone in the theater due to the loud-ass dubstep migraine noise they play for like 10 minutes during this scene. He sushifies all the bad guys, and they escape in their cars. Sushi thighs.
The fuck? This is why you're in a home, you old coot.
You mean that rusty hovel you shoved me into to drug up and feed twice a day?
That was a very humane hovel. You had a bed. This whole operation is fucking pointless. I'm taking it to a different franchise. Marvel spin-off, here we come.
No, Hugh. We must take Dafne to the mutant sanctuary.
There is no mutant sanctuary. It was just an issue of the X-Men comics. And Lord fucking knows we aren't following those anymore. The Old Man Logan miniseries had a gang of redneck incest hulks, for fuck's sake.
Well, I still have fate, Hugh. Fate in Alzheimer's, but mostly fate. Dafne deserves a chance. She is your clone daughter, after all.
Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. She could be anyone's wrist clawed healing factor crotch spawn. We look nothing alike anyway.
Angry raccoon noises.
Shut the fuck up.
Angry raccoon noises.
Fucking just fuck.
This continues for a bit until Hugh gets distracted and runs an innocent family off the road.
Shit. Sorry about that. I'm mostly sober right now. Scout's honor.
Oh my
Not a
God.
worry, stranger. We're the red shirt family. I'm Uncle Ben, that's my wife Mufasa, and our younger over there is named Boromir.
The family smiles and waves at them from under a ladder while a black cat crosses their path to break a mirror nearby.
Would you care to join us for dinner tonight?
Yeah, sorry, not a good idea. We're being pursued by a bunch of Beverly Killbillies right now, so I think it's best if we stay away from innocent...
Food!
Raccoon screech.
Fucking fine. You guys have life insurance, right?
Nope.
Fuck.
Interior ranch house on the corner of Alderon Avenue and Titanic Street. The gang settles in for the toughest challenge yet. A nice domestic dinner.
All right, guys, look, we can do this. Patrick, no psychic brain fucks. Dafne, please eat with your fork and not with your blood-stained wrist swords.
And you're drinking water tonight.
Water?
Virgin vodka.
Oh, ew. Fine.
Things go surprisingly okay for a bit because they could make an entire movie out of Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman eating dinner, and we would all watch the shit out of that. Later, Patrick gets tucked into bed.
Hugh, I have to say, this has been a lovely day. Really, it's these kinds of calm human moments that are missing from superhero flicks these days. Just a nice scene where we can all breathe and appreciate these characters as people, instead of distorting into constant shoehorning violence every...
Hugh shoves 12 inches of super steel through Patrick's chest, for he is actually clone Hugh. Patrick is killed instantly. Wait, actually, no. He's got some final words to get to first. At just that moment, real Hugh shows up to discover clone Hugh has finally ground up and snorted the family and is now taking Dafne away.
No, Sir Patrick. Okay, we can fix this. All right, do you have health insurance or whatever the fuck Trump replaced it with?
No, Hugh. It's my time. Lean closer. Please.
Hugh puts his ear to his dying mentor's face.
Tune in to me. Wednesdays at 5. Only on FX.
No, he does.
Oh boy, here I go stabbing again.
He goes and gets his ass kicked by his younger self, and wow, is that a painful metaphor for this movie? Meanwhile, the Reavers arrive to take Dafne away.
Reavers, man.
Reavers. I keep forgetting, sorry.
I do believe victory is mine, and it only cost me enough mooks to fill the Florida Panhandle. Bravo, Clone Hugh, and bravo, me.
Not so fast, Boyd. Through the power of having you not pay attention to things, I have managed to grab some granates through the extra wide bars of my cage here. Witness me!
Steven explodes himself. Boyd is basically unharmed.
Okay, then.
But Hugh manages to save Dafne and escape.
Closer. Bars. On. Cage.
Exterior, small town. Hugh and Dafne chill in a car they stole in some backwater.
Look, thanks for helping back there.
You're welcome.
Right, so whoa! You can talk?
Yep.
Well, good. Then you can better articulate how I'm about to crush your dreams. Look, there is no safe haven for mutants. It's comic book bullshit. Now, how do I get to a Disney IP from here?
You have to take me there. I promised all my friends I would go.
All your friends jumped off a bridge, would you?
Yes. I had a spear jam through my chest earlier. I'll be fine.
I'm not taking you.
Raccoon.
Okay, fuck, fine. My healing factor eardrums can only take so much.
They drive some more, and it turns out that, yes, the mutant haven does exist somehow. The mutant Lost Boys and Dafne prepare to cross the Canadian border when they are randomly discovered by a bad guy drone that just sort of knew where they were somehow.
Oh shit, the Reavers have found him. Nobody gets to abuse my clone daughter but me. Healing factor, don't fail me now.
Don't fail me now. His healing factor fails him immediately, prompting Hugh to inject himself with some health juice the kids just had lying around. This has the added side effect of making him even more pissed off than usual. He charges into the woods towards the Reavers.
Do you hear the Reavers scream as I stab them in the dong? While I get all my frustrations out from Wolverine Part 1, I've been PG for too long, and these movies really suck. Now I'm the best at what I do, not giving fucks.
With the Reavers dead, Hugh makes his way to the final boss, Richard E. Grant.
Hello, Logan. I've been expecting you.
Yes, hello. You.
I'm the puppet master behind this gory tableau, the architect of your pain, for it was my father who first put adamantium in your bones, and it was my mad genius that wiped out all the mutants so that I could clone more mutants of my own.
Okay. Well, fuck you for that. But can I fight Boyd? He's a fun character. Where's he at?
Oh, he got killed by some 12-year-olds about a minute ago.
Really? Well, shit. Well, I'm not wasting this climax fighting Doctor Who gives a fuck, so.
Hugh shoots Richard with a gun. But then Clone Hugh shows up and starts kicking his ass again. He drags Hugh over to a tree.
Oh, wood! My one weakness!
Hugh is impaled on the world's strongest tree root. But then Dafne shows up and shoots Clone Hugh with a magic bullet that just erased Hugh's memory in Wolverine Origins, but this time around causes death instead for some reason.
No, Papa, you can't die.
Yes, Daphne. It's my time. I'm pushing 50 and I miss cheeseburgers. Say goodbye to these abs. The Wolverine is dead.
Dies.
Unless I hear a good deal for a Deadpool team-up movie.
Dies.
Or if Marvel wants me. Please, Marvel. Please.
Dies.
Fuck.
Dies. Exterior. Forest graveside. In a surprisingly poignant conclusion, the children bury Hugh by a riverside in a tranquil part of the forest.
He died as he lived, drunkenly stumbling about and screaming. And now, to close this movie with some quotes from a better movie. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, because the problems of the two people don't amount to a hill of beans in this world. And there may come a day when the courage of men fails, but it is not as this day. They may take our lives, but they will take our freedom. Because frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck.
The children cross the border to an uncertain future, but before they do, Daphne pauses to rearrange the cross at the grave into a much more appropriate symbol. A large middle finger flipping us off for all time. End. And no, there's no after credits bullshit. Deal with it.
And that is the Wolverine trilogy. Thank you all so much for joining. Clearly, these writers had some thoughts, but this has been a ton of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.